fat ass mole.
Fat face mole. You better rack off your mole.
Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole.
Shut up, you mole.
Shut up, mole.
Yeah, you mole.
Such a mole. Such a mole.
Welcome to Mole Patrol.
What's up, Mo?
Oh, good, Mole.
Yeah, it's good.
How you
Life's
going?
good. I'm good. I'm, like 2 years into my relationship, which is nice.
You look very grown up. You kind of look like a 1980s solicitor.
I've tried to up my wardrobe to make myself look like a wealthy person. You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
because it's like they're always like wearing belt. Like that's the new thing. Girls wear the belt and like a little brown cardigan. It's like understated wealth. It's
yeah.
You know, if you like
old money.
Yeah, old money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
you look
yeah.
at you look at the labels, you look at kind of what they're wearing, and it's like understated, but it's like wealthy and like So
Just know I'm extremely wealthy.
but I bought this from H&M, so who's winning now? What's up with you, Mo?
All good, busy, flat
Yeah.
out, same old.
Yeah,
same old Mole.
It's same old Mo. I feel like it's this time of the year where it's like peak time for us.
We just got to lock it in.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
We got to lock it in. For me, it's usually up until about Paddy's Day when it's just extremely hectic. And then you kind of start moving into festivals, which is a different kind of busy. But for me, I'm not as stressed out about it.
Yeah,
Does that
well,
make sense?
I mean, I'm working like crazy till the end of March, and then I'm leaving the European Union.
So
leaving-
long, farewell,
I know,
let's meet us and goodbye.
and doing like a big, but I'm actually looking forward to the sabbatical. So it's gonna be like 3.5 weeks in Japan, and
Deadly.
then like and then a surf camp in Bali.
You're gonna start like your own matcha brand now, and like
I'm probably like that's it. I'll just move to Bali and be like, that's
guys,
it.
please sign up for my 6-week wellness course.
Yeah, just
only
be like,
$2,000. All of those courses are so.
Do you ever like? I think that's the thing about like Bali and like Dubai and like, all these tax.
I think both of those
like,
places are kind of, if you're only jumping on that buzz now, I think they had their heyday about 10 years ago.
I know, but like
You
where
know?
I don't know where the new places that people are going, or maybe they've just.
There's that place that's been called the New Berlin, and it's in France, as far as I know, and it's like the south of France, but like there's loads of young people going there.
Toulouse?
No, it's the some. I'll find it. Someone will stick it in the
yeah.
comments. But yeah, like everything moves all the time. Like Tulum was always a big thing, and now they're kind of moving towards Puerto Escondido in Mexico. Like everything has a timeline.
Well, I think they're moving to like try and find new stuff. I think Vietnam is also very big now.
Yeah,
like a lot of
massive.
people like going there, and Cambodia and places like this. So like, there's always going to be a cheaper place that people want to find.
Yeah,
and,
everyone's chasing that high.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
right.
because like everything is going up in all of our countries, and everyone's kind of looking for a way out. But like the reality of it is, you need to make the money in the country you live in to enjoy, to be able to spend money in the countries that are cheap.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And like that's it. Like so, we're moving to India, like,
Yeah.
and it's just going to be crazy because like everyone kind of has this assumption that India is cheap. And yeah, sure, like there's some things that are cheap, but like we're going to be living in Mumbai, which is like the same
Another
price as
capital
like
city.
Paris. Or
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah.
What would the
think-
rent be?
I mean, depending on where you live, but
Yeah.
like in the center where like the nice area, like in like where the Pilates and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
matcha.
yeah,
and all
yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff.
the matcha
I mean,
shops.
basically, you're kind of looking at like €2,000 for like a 2-bedroom,
You're joking.
like little apartment.
Wow, I
like-
never thought it would have been that expensive.
yeah. Like stupidly when I first
Like
went
food
there.
and stuff is cheap though, obviously.
Food, I mean, if there's a lot of bougie restaurants and stuff now, like which
Yeah.
is like on par with like London or
Really?
like yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, but then your produce and everything is super cheap. So if you cook at home, you can like actually like fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get them on the street and they're like really cheap.
Yeah.
But and so it's however you can live it very expensively or you can live it like cheaply basically.
It's hard to live lean.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know. Coming from London, I'm just like it just takes the pressure off as well because it's like
I think the most bougie thing that's ever happened, I made friends with this guy who owns a chipper in Finglas.
right.
And I met him because I was really hungover coming from the airport once.
Yeah.
And I saw he's an Italian guy and he was putting truffles on pizzas, and it's in a fairly
Oh.
working class part of Dublin and Finglas. I was like, there's no way. And I went there and became mates with him. And he came to my show last year with his 16-year-old and his wife.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
on Valentine's Day last year.
Yeah.
And this year it was the day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Anyway, he couldn't make the show, and I was talking about him on the radio because I just thought he was such a legend, and the pizzas were amazing. Like truffles on a pizza in Finglas, like come on.
Yeah.
He sent up pizzas and food for all of my audience at the end of the show.
What?
Probably the greatest ending to a show. Anyone who was at the show can back it up. Yeah, in the Access in Ballymun. I was like, what a legend.
Wow,
That's probably the soundest thing anyone has done. I've been doing comedy for 16
such an
years.
Italian man. Yeah.
I was like, what a hero.
Amazing.
Isn't it?
I mean, truffles are not cheap either.
No, even if they did fall off the back of a truck, they still have to be transported.
I feel like, have you ever like dealt with like truffles? Like, and like the first time I ever
Oh,
saw
did you ever
them,
open a jar and they're so pungent, like they're like,
first time I
whoa.
ever saw them was like at this restaurant I was like working at, and the head chef was such a wanker, and he was like, I just bought these for like €1,000 imported. This is in Australia, like imported. He's like, these are truffles, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck truffles are. Like, I don't know. And now like they're like everywhere. Like you go to these really expensive restaurants like in Switzerland, and they
Lidl,
shave it. They come around. They're like, would you like some truffles?
Lidl are selling truffles now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that means
I reckon there's truffle farms now. There's no way they'd be able to
probably.
get the pigs and
Do you
dogs.
know, like Singapore is obsessed with truffles. Like,
Really?
everything. I swear. Everything.
I'm doing
on
a show
menu-
there in Paddy's there. I'm going to bring some with me.
Yeah. Like literally every restaurant, I feel like,
Really?
or place, there's truffle stuff everywhere. I don't know why they love it so much, but like it's honestly everywhere.
This is probably the most first world discussion we've ever had. Like, guys, I'm so sick of the visibility of truffles these days.
No, it's a bit overkill. I mean, come on. I even had a truffle cocktail in Sydney because like I like truffles a lot.
Jesus.
And I
Like a truffle martini or like little slivers of truffle. That's gross, man. That actually makes me gag.
It tasted like someone had just like washed mushrooms and
like
then just put the water
mushroom water.
Yeah,
like
it
even
was-
magic mushrooms are like to eat.
I didn't finish it, and then I just left it there, and he was like, did you like it? And I was like, no, it tastes like shit. Please don't put truffle.
Please don't charge me. There was this is kind of perfectly moving on to what our topic is. So we're talking about possibly the most used word in the last 5 years
When it comes to dating, I feel like
massively dating and just other people.
Yeah.
Particularly dating, it's the ick.
The ick. So
The
these are our
listeners.
ick moles.
Yeah.
Ick moles.
Ick moles. So like icks are so minor. I don't think men get the ick as quickly as women. Would that be a fair statement? I don't want to make a broad generalization.
Yeah, I mean, if a dude's attracted to a woman, then I feel like
They let a lot of icks go.
Yeah.
A lot of icks can slide.
A lot of icks can slide. But I also just feel like
Icks
men.
and red flags, slide.
I also feel like men just aren't as like attentive to those things.
Yeah, there's a lack of awareness.
There's a big lack of awareness.
Yeah.
Like, I think once, there's other things for them to focus on, right? And once they get that, they're like, that's fine. But I think women are like, we're investigative. Like, we're trying to find out everything about you and like, as well. And I think I read this as like, you're looking at someone to see whether or not they would be a perfect mate. Like, it's very primal. Like you want them to like impregnate you basically. And
So like if they do something that's kind of weirdly socially awkward, that like primal feeling is like they're not going to be able to provide a family for me.
It's like, there was that one of like I remember seeing this one girl and she's like, this ick is I really like this guy until I saw him running with a backpack on.
Yeah, that's a huge one. Apparently a guy who wears a backpack with 2 straps
Yeah.
is a massive ick. Another great one that I heard of is if someone drops something and it's windy and they're kind of trying to get it but they don't get it straight away. They're kind of like like apparently that's like massive ick.
True. And you know what, I feel like an ick is one of those things where like those things come out later in a relationship where you're already in love with the person and
then
it's
you
like,
find out some
or like you see them do something and you're like, oh, like you see them through a different lens, right? There's so many things with my boyfriend that I think if I had have seen at the beginning, I would have probably thought they were icks. But like now that I love him, I'm like, oh my God.
So they're like
sweet.
with a boiled egg or something. They're like giving it loads of little gentle taps and like picking it off instead of just cutting it.
Or just weird things like if they like would do something like, I don't know. And
Stacking the dishwasher, I think, is a big one for people.
Yeah.
Because like, like if they don't, I'm a bit OCD.
Like how they do it? Like,
or if they just like throw everything in, I'm like, this isn't going to work out.
Yeah. But I think it can be as little as like the way that you spray the cologne or something. Like
Yeah.
little like, like there can just be like a weird way that you would do it.
I knew a relationship wasn't going to work out years ago because the person I was going out with at the very beginning once put a frozen pizza into a cold oven. And I just went, I tried to look past it and I should have stuck to my gut instinct. That was the definitive moment where I should have said, this isn't going to work out. It didn't.
It's so true, isn't it? It's like funny. I remember like my first proper boyfriend, like I was like 21 or whatever, and he put hot soup in a blender and turned it on. and put the lid on. And you know, like
Yeah, the steam would explode.
yeah. I mean, and he was an engineer, like he was studying engineering, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then I came home and he had welts all over his face because it had exploded.
Soup welts.
And after that, I was like, "What kind of father would you make?" Like,
you're going to scold our children.
yeah, I was like, "Are you?" And I was like, "Are you an idiot? Who puts hot shit in a blender?"
Men are idiots though. Like the stuff that I've done, like when I was younger, was just so phenomenally
I think that's
stupid.
why I've been watching the Winter Olympics, and I think like a lot of these like men are doing these like stuff that I'm like, you can 100% die in this,
Like,
but they're like,
we used to make rope swings with like washing line. Like the thing wasn't even as thick as your little finger. And I know we were teenagers, but like we wouldn't even test it. You would throw it over with a stick, tie like the worst knot that's ever happened, like a shoelace knot, and then you just go with a stick, and then you just get on it and go out over a river or a cliff, and then inevitably it would like break and you'd end up falling in, and like it was insane.
That's like that guy that climbed that mountain or does free solo, like does like which is just terrifying. But we have a couple of an ick
the dating icks have been coming in thick and fast, so thank you so much to everyone who contributed.
I think like there's like a good we love a good dating ick, I think, because like there's like or like dating moles,
but it makes
like,
you feel like you're not alone.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Right. And so we have we have
from
this
the
one.
States, I think.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
My mole of the week is this guy I was kind of dating, and we had talked like vaguely about hanging out, and the night before we were supposed to hang out, I sent him a message, "Hey, are we still on for tomorrow?" And he said, "No, I don't think so. I'm on oxygen. I either have COVID or dengue. I'm getting tested tomorrow." And then sent me a selfie of him with an oxygen mask on in bed. But the picture was clearly of him many years ago, like at least 5 years ago. It's like, just tell me you don't want to hang out. You don't need to make up an elaborate lie.
Do you know what? This is a first as well. This person sent us the photo.
Oh, yeah.
And this is phenomenal. His face is kind of covered, and you'll see why. So I hope you guys can see
I don't
this.
know. I feel like we it doesn't matter if his
This
face
is so funny, right? So this is the actual WhatsApp message, right? So he goes, "Hey, nah, I'm sick as fuck," with 5 Ks, which really reinforces it. Yeah. And then if you can see this, right? He looks young, right?
He does look very
But he's
young.
holding like a steamer. That's not even an oxygen mask.
I don't think it's an oxygen mask because normally, I mean, I'm not a nurse, but to
they
me,
have a
that
little
looks-
band on it.
Yeah.
And also, the most important bit of the whole thing, that is not a chair in a hospital. That's just like his granddad's chair. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Wow.
And yeah, it's amazing. He's like, "I've got COVID or dengue or something."
I love how she wrote, "You look 12 in that picture." I mean, yeah, that's a bit of an ick. Like, you just be like, what? Like, not even ick. It's just like, why would you do that? Like,
Apparently,
you just say, like,
if women say, "Oh, sorry, I fell asleep," that they are definitely hooking up with someone else. Is that true? If you're meant to meet up with someone and it's casual, and then they say, "Oh, sorry, I fell asleep and it was a bit arranged," is that indicative that they're probably banging someone else?
maybe. I mean, isn't that like it's you don't want to talk to them, or it's like I'm with someone else. Like,
Yeah.
I think when you're dating, like I'd have that where, you know, if you were dating someone and then you'd still like have like a random hookup or something that you just like have around, like, yeah, you'd always like, and like when they would just disappear for like about 6 hours, you're like, I know what you're doing, but you can't really say anything about it.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird kind of social hostage situation to be in.
Yeah, I think that happened quite a lot in Berlin. Like, it was always like, "Hey, you want to hang out tonight?"
Berlin is the
like,
city of like non-committal kind of transient hookups, though, in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just like, but like, I don't think it has to be. Like, I have a lot of friends that are in like long-term relationships and this kind of stuff there. But like, I think there is a certain sense of like the city like allows it, because it's like, oh no, but it's Berlin. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I
like,
think, just like shrugging and saying it's Berlin gets away with a lot of accountability
yeah,
for people.
which
like,
is not a great like, I think, answer to that kind of stuff. You know? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like you just don't be a cunt. Be like,
I don't know, like my icks are kind of are always weird things that are like, for me, I suppose that's the genesis of an ick. Do you know what I mean? But it's always like a weird thing that they'll someone will say or something, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, do you know what I mean? And then, you know?
Yeah, or like the way that they say something,
Yeah.
or like this, and like I know this because like my boyfriend doesn't like it when I say Barcelona, so
That is awful.
and Ibiza. It started with Ibiza because I would be
Ibiza.
yeah, because I'd be like, oh yeah, I really want to go to Ibiza. He's like, what? And I was like, Ibiza. And he's like, it's Ibiza. And I was like, no, it's Ibiza. Like, that's how they say it. And we had like a massive argument. He's like, well, how do you say Barcelona? And I was like, Barcelona.
I had a mate of mine who used to call penne pasta, pen pasta. And I'm like, it's penne. And he's like, I just say pen because it says pen. I'm
I
like,
just don't, yeah, people don't
what
really.
are you doing? Stop that.
Yeah. Prosciutto.
Just say. Or in Ireland, this is quite common in Ireland. Don't know why. It's something to do with how we speak. But a lot of people will say Pacific instead of specific. And they're like, I specifically told you. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you a sea captain?
Australians do that too.
Do they?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, really. And I think we probably got it from you guys. So
No
thanks.
doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah. I specifically told you that I was going down to Woolies, but you
I
went to
specifically
fucking
told
Bunnings.
you that I was going to Coles, you mole.
Specifically, yeah. And there was like a whole bunch of people that would be on like, you know, they'd be interviewed and then like people would be like, I think you mean specifically, like, or ask. How do I-
Ox. That's around London. Ox him.
Ox. Yeah, I think like it's so funny because sometimes I hear accents in like Ireland or like England, and I'm like, and for a minute it sounds Australian. Like I think I'm like, oh, that sounds Australian, and then like it doesn't. But I think coming back to the icks, I think Barcelona. So now I say Barcelona because that's how they say it in Italy. So
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Barcelona. Right?
Like I do a lot of workshops in schools, and the ick is fascinating for me because we always ask the teenagers, and like the teenage lads in secondary schools, their icks are very minor.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? If they'd be like, oh, I don't like sometimes, say, if someone's wearing too much makeup or someone's eating too loud or slow walkers, like they seem fairly chill. But then when you ask like teenage like TY students in like all girls school, oh my god, man, I could not think of a worse time to be a teenage boy than right now. Like pretty much everything that the lads do, just their existence gives them the ick. Like they're just so repulsed by them, and they just think everything they do is like peak cringe. Like
it is pretty cringe because like women advance quicker at that age.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Right. So, and I remember because I went to an all girls school, and I remember when we had dances with the boys, like because like once a year we would have a social, which was the most socially awkward fucking time of like everything. And I remember one in year 10, you had to do this thing where you would like, we would dancing, like actual, like they would come in and teach us the waltz.
It was like swing dancing or something.
And I remember this one guy I was dancing with, he went like this. And like held my hand with his thing. And I was like, are you scared you're going to get girl germs? Yeah. And I was like, what?
Make room for Fanny. Fanny coming through.
Take my strong hand. But like I remember, and like I just remember them always being so like gross. And actually now I'm like with my nephew, he's 7, and I'm actually like he's starting to get into that icky stage of like prepubescent like kind of stuff.
And they kind of
like,
smell like gel and like hormones.
They smell, and their
like,
voice is like
Jeez, that's 7.
No, I mean, he's wearing very big clothes for 7, to be honest. But no, but like, you know, I know he's going to get into that like in a few years, and I'm like, I'm just kind of protecting.
And
this,
like everything you say, like I've cousins who are teenagers, and the only time they've ever thought I was cool is that one of my TikToks come up on one of their For You pages.
Oh, really?
And he comes up and he's like, you come up on my For You page, and I don't even really, I just throw the content up. Do you know what I mean? And like I think I was on telly that day and he wouldn't even watch it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like apparently that's like it gives you some sort of status with the kids.
Yeah, if they see something like that. Like I actually had on Saturday night I had an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old in the front row of my show. Which I was like, even 14 is pushing the boundaries of what I like.
Unless
to
it's
accept.
Scotland, then it's like 28.
No, but the mum brought these 2 kids to the show, and at the start she was like, I brought my kids, and I was like, okay, like are we gonna have a Jeffrey Epstein situation here? I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, how old? And it was like 18. I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, how old's the girl? And she's like 14, and I was like, oh.
Did you do your micro penis rap?
Yeah. And this was at the beginning of the show, and I was like, "Well, kids, you know, you're gonna get a free sex ed class tonight." And then
imagine sitting with your ma watching someone do a rap about a micro penis.
Put it in the other hole.
Stop. We'll put a link to Elena's micro penis rap in the
It's on
description.
Spotify, guys. Take a listen.
Trending.
But you know what? It's like that's like what, yeah. And like I was trying to, like, they weren't laughing like the whole show, like, and I was just like, because comedy is about relatability. I was like, and they just looked. This 18-year-old was like there the whole time, like, you know, like a teenager.
Maybe
just, like,
because
looking
they're
at
getting
me.
so much dopamine from their devices all the time. Like, just
Yeah.
everything we do is just so
Which I'm so glad
uneventful.
Australia has banned like 16-year-olds and stuff under.
But they'll
like,
just figure out a way. They're so much smarter.
Yeah. Apparently, I know
They'll
someone
just
who's
have
like,
a VPN or they'll just
yeah,
whatever.
there's a 15-year-old that I know, and she was like, yeah, it just asks you, are you over 16? And she was like, yes, and it just let her in.
So what's the point?
So what's the point? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's like saying, guys, we're going to stop young people watching
but
porn.
I think it will get better.
because we said, are you over 18?
They are doing
oh,
that
they've done
now.
it in UK, yeah.
Yeah, where you
Age
have to
verification.
you have to put up bring your license up.
Who is going to put that up? Who's going to submit their license?
Everyone's just going to put
and then,
VPN to like I
yeah,
don't know, some weird
then
country.
look up some like gnarly stuff, like, you know what I mean?
That's pretty wild. And then everyone I don't know.
MMF midgets.
But there's just going to be another side that comes up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
porn started the internet and credit cards. Like, they're not going to get rid of it anytime soon.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Irish porn never really peaked, which is completely understandable. Like, we're the least
Except
sexual.
for Colin Farrell.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. We give him an old distinguishable
Yeah.
mention, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting.
I wonder will there be like any Irish sex tapes like leaked soon? Maybe there's one on the
yeah,
cards.
it hasn't really happened, has it, in the last
whole-
few years?
the
No, but
kind
the
of-
whole world, like, no sex tapes, really.
Yeah, the sex tapes. I mean, I think the last massive one was obviously probably the Kim Kardashian one. You know,
that like made someone famous.
Pamela
famous.
Anderson one really, but that
Yeah.
really ignited their careers. I
Paris
suppose.
Hilton, but I think now because of things like OnlyFans and whatever, like you can just do whatever. And Bonnie Blue and like this other girl, Lily
Yeah.
Phillips and stuff, who
Record breakers.
are just putting stuff out. Like,
I never understand like the lads queuing up in like
did you watch?
balaclavas and all.
Did you
like,
watch
it's-
the Lily Phillips documentary?
No, is it
like,
grim?
It's on YouTube, and yeah, it's like this independent YouTuber.
Did it give you
like,
the ick?
It did give me the ick, especially when the cameraman walks into the room after she's had like 100 men, and he walks in and he's like,
Stop! Off from the smell of Mickey's in the room. Stop.
could you just imagine the smell in that room would be like bull sweat,
Smell of-
ass crack,
Smell
like
of balls and like, oh, that's fucking
yeah.
horrific.
He's just like the videographer goes in, he's like, sorry, but it's a very interesting one because then at the end
There's a fog of penile air.
it's so thick you can taste it.
Stop. It's like vape air, but it's like dicks.
What's the flavor of your vape? Ball sack.
Le bullsick.
Le beau sac. Is it le or la? Feminine or masculine?
Do you think though, like as we go further with time and like the internet and everything like that icks will get more and more specific, and then we'll get to a point where everything gives everyone the ick, and then nothing gives people the ick because they've ran out of icks.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I think there will always be new icks.
Do you know what's weird? Like I think people are kind of more open-minded. Like with food, like food was an ick for people for years. I can't
Yeah,
stand
like
this,
how
this,
people
and this.
eat and stuff.
Yeah, and now it's like their personality traits are the biggest thing. Like, you know what I mean?
it's like how you were raised, right?
Yeah.
Who raised you? Yeah, I don't know. Like
I'm terrified if I went on a date with a girl about anything like to do with food or anything like that. I'd always be very do whatever you know. I'd be afraid to say anything in case I'm getting lit up in a WhatsApp group. Do you get what I mean? If I say something wrong, then suddenly like, guys, you're not going to believe this. He said like I had this before,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to have this. Like, can you believe he would? And I'm not like I'm just.
oh,
just
you know
saying.
what? I mean, anything you do is going straight to the WhatsApp
Yeah,
chat. Like regardless of if it's a good or a bad date.
Lads, you know all those stresses that you had? They've just been confirmed.
Here, take Xanax. Sponsored by Xanax. Yeah, I think but I think that thing about like eating, like I remember seeing years ago, this woman was like, and she was eating sushi on a date. She'd never been to like a
Yeah.
sushi restaurant. So she ate those little like grass dividers that
No.
they would put like,
She ate the plastic grass?
because she'd never been to like a sushi place before. And so she ate this grass and was like, and she's like, I'm so embarrassed of like this.
Chicken wings are a difficult one as well.
Don't go on a date anywhere where you can like crabs when people go on like
Oh, that's insanity.
like and you're like and you're
yeah,
like,
no, yeah. Then like there's like juice squirting out of them everywhere. Anything you have to snap, break, bend,
slurp.
slurp, anything
Yeah.
ramen, probably not.
Yeah, anything like that is like, I mean, the first few dates with my boyfriend, I was like, I don't want to, like, I'm finger food, like it's tapas.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like just a few bites here and there. Like, I don't want to.
Supping your truffle martini.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, because you do, like, you push off all these things until, like, into the relationship, you know?
And then you're like, a couple of months later, you're just sitting in like a fart box on the couch, just like, rah! And then it's like, can you get me some ice cream? I'm on my fucking period. I've got a spot.
I know. I feel like
I'm so bloated.
do you have a camera into my house, Danny? What the fuck?
Get out of my life.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's me today. I'm super premenstrual. That's why I was like wanting to punch someone at like the airport.
I actually did feel a bit of aggression, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah,
I just
from me, like this. Can you tell my body?
I just felt hostility. Like.
It's been a weekend. Yeah, and I think that not helped by like travel and this kind of stuff. But it was so funny last week. I think because I had this guy message me on Instagram last week or like Facebook Messenger and was just like the most horrible like shit. Like, you know, it doesn't know me at all. Like sent me this message, and this is a duality of the internet, right? So I get this message where it was like, you know, can I choke you to death and then bring you back to life? Could be fun, like blah blah blah. And I don't know.
Chill out, fucking Dahmer.
Yeah, right.
Imagine putting that into text with your profile picture as well.
And all of his work information and like where he works, where he's from, like everything. Right. So then my friend, I sent it to her and then like not even me asking, she just basically like went like his work and sent it email, sent it all to his like bosses, like 15 of his work colleagues and just said, I hope you know that this is the guy that you're working with.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah. So he got.
Don't send scummy messages and then expect not to have repercussions.
Yeah, and then he got fired.
What?
So he got fired. He sent me a message like the next day and he was like, I'm so sorry. I deeply, sincerely apologize for the message that I wrote you. Because of my actions, I've been fired from my job and like all this sort of stuff. And I was like...
Do you know what? In the year where there doesn't seem to be much accountability for some of the worst human beings in the world, I am really glad that someone has actually been held to accountability and there were some consequences.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and he was from America, so I was like, great. But I think he was from like Wisconsin, which is like, I think like a very like...
I don't know, man. Just maybe think before sending absolutely something horrific to someone you don't know on the internet with your profile picture above it and your details. But
then, like, so I literally was just getting this message and then I got an email into my inbox, which was from an email called, the email was sweetfeetalabama@gmail.com. And he's like, hey, do you sell feet pics? And I was like...
That's, if you wanted to really sum up what working in entertainment is in a nutshell.
As a female comic, the duality of it, right?
No one sends me anything. All people will send me is like, your shirt isn't very ironed. Or they'll say something about whatever I'm wearing. And I'm like, cool, thanks.
It's just your mum. You put
like
on a bit of weight,
Yeah. I have her blocked on WhatsApp just to get to me through Instagram. But... yeah, I just get like weird or, you know, kind of weird passive aggressive, the odd kind of comment. You're kind of funny, I suppose. And I'm just like, what you want to say to that? Like,
so I wrote back and I was like, I do, depending on what you want. Like, basically, I kind of said this, like, and because like I was just intrigued to see how much he would pay for it. And he was like, customs. And I was like, what do you want? And he was like, this is what he writes to me. This is good. Clean, wrinkled soles, very up close. No pedicure needed. Dry skin and calluses are a plus.
Clean, wrinkled soles. Stop! Get a zoom on that, Andreas. What the fuck?
I don't even know whose feet these
are.
That
is giving me the ick. Did you just Google image that?
No. This is in the email. This is a reference pic.
This is what he wants.
This is see attached for example.
Wow, like you put in a picture on Temu of a jacket you want.
Yeah, and so this is it. I don't know if we can...
Nothing has given me the ick more this year.
Wait for the second photo.
No.
Photo. And then this one is the second photo that he has put up. Go away. This is like moving. And then wait, where is it? No, where is it? Oh yeah, this one.
What the fuck is wrong with people? What the fuck?
Like baby or like Diddy feet.
It looks like a basset hound's neck. What?
He jerks off to that, which is fine. I'm like not yucking your yum. I'm not like you know,
I'm not yucking your yum. Clean wrinkled soles are not to be yucked.
But he's like, no pedicure, dry calluses, bunions. I'll take it all. I'm like, what?
No time wasters. Serious applicants need only
right. And I was like $100 a photo. He's like, no, $4 for $100. And I was like, no. And he's like, then message me when you're desperate for money. And I was like,
wow. I don't think there's anything that will pique that ick for the end of this episode.
I know. I just thought I've like last episode I gave you salted licorice, and now I'm giving you trauma from feet pigs.
Be sure to come back for the next episode.
You never know.
And make sure to like and subscribe as well if you would like to get some unsolicited, clean-soled, wrinkled feet pics from Elena
or you. Anyway, like, subscribe. Peace out, moles. We'll see you next time. Bye.